Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have another neuro video. This is in relation to when Evil more or less had a stroke on stream. I am aware that the majority of the problem has been fixed. I'm also aware that there are way better explanations than what we discussed in this one, but this video was recorded far before a lot of the major information was known. So, just keep that in mind when you're telling me how wrong we are in the comments down below, which is totally fine. We were definitely wrong on a lot of things, but it was definitely a very fun discussion regardless. Anyway, enjoy. Okay, so, long story short here, apparently, Evil basically had a memory freak out of sorts on stream, and I guess she started screaming location or something like that, or just kept repeating it. So my question is I assume that Vedal takes a snapshot of their state every day. The question is, how far back does that go? And then if let's say, for instance, part of this problem was like some sort of memory glitch that had been building over the course of 6 months, how far back would he go to fix the problem? Now, he said he fixed the problem apparently already, which means it probably wasn't too far back. However, with AIs and things like that, or just, you're effectively deleting progress when you go back and pull up a different state. So that's probably where Vedal was potentially freaking out. It was unlikely that he, would have lost them entirely or had to do a full reset. It's just more of like, he probably would have had to reset potentially 2 months back. Well, it's great that he could fix the issue with just a bit of code. So that means it was probably something that was coded maybe a little spaghetti-like in certain ways, and he fixed it. Which then leads me to jump to the conclusion that it was less likely a memory problem and more of just a coding issue. If it's a coding issue, that's easily fixed. It just, you got to find where the problem is, right? So when you have, like, let's take Windows, for instance. Windows has millions of lines of code, right? Finding that whatever one particular thing is broken could take months. In his case, he's probably got potentially several 100,000 lines of code for these guys, maybe more, maybe less. Hard to say. It really depends on how he's built them. And then the other thing is he's got multiple AIs controlling it, so that's also different lines of code. So it's interesting on how it could work. Well, I mean, 7,000 lines of code is not like insanely extensive, because if you think about it, a lot of those lines are going to be 3 to 5 characters. A lot of code is going to be, maybe a sentence max. So it really depends. 7,000 lines of code seems like a lot. It's not necessarily, depending on how it's written. What? Okay. I mean, Doug sounds like he's always trying to ban his channel. Yeah, there's probably a lot of little fixes written in there, but the question is, how do you find the fixes? A lot of times you can't find programming fixes because what will happen is it'll still work. It will just work not very, well. A perfect example, which we brought up in the past, was Deltarune, right? Deltarune works, and it works well, but it's not coded well in any way. It may be coded well now, but when it first came out, it was just a ton of crazy random, like thousands of statements. Like, I think it was just like and if statements or something like that, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was coded like shit. And that's fine as long as it works. But the problem is it's not going to run very well, right? Or it's going to require a lot more resources than needed. It doesn't mean it won't run. The problem is once there is an issue, it may be too late in the programming steps to fix it. So, for instance, if you build like this little small section of code that is required for everything within the thing, you would potentially have to go back and rebuild everything from the ground up from that point. That is rare, but it can happen. And the problem is you can actually lock yourself into basically a soft lock loop of sorts, and you're stuck. So that's where, like, I think maybe like yeah, okay, let's watch a video on how that nonsense goes. Although I can't remember, is he one of those creators that loses their shit when anyone talks bad about him in any way? I think he was one of those guys. He does not like criticism. Which, I mean, fine, but on the internet, that's going to cause way more backlash. Anyway, let's watch this video. And I'm glad it's mostly fixed, and, you guys didn't lose Neuro or Evil.
But there's no way to do a shape like this, and also...
That is true. It is banned on Twitch. Actually, there's like 15 things banned on Twitch. I probably can't even show it on Twitch. Damn, I would have to open up a Kick account just to do a video on it. Maybe I'll hold off on that one. You're right.
So have the thing end up at the end.
Then maybe you should start at the end and work location backwards. Think about the area around the orange location S.
It's not possible. So you have to do something else.
You could try actually using your location for once.
My location? What the hell does that mean?
Oh wait, I meant stare at the location of the orange shapes.
Unless...
It's weird. It's like she kind of got like stuck into a loop where she kept pulling the word location from somewhere. That was probably the thousand part of the 1,000 lines of code he deleted. But I'm not sure what would cause a single word to be just constantly pulled, like in a loop, effectively. Like, it sounds like location makes sense because of the puzzle temporarily, but just in general, like it's kind of like okay. So here's the thing: if I was watching this without this being a clip where it's obviously drawing my attention to the word location, I probably would just kind of like not think about it. But obviously,
you have to carve it out.
That's what I've accumulating been locationing at.
Isn't quite. Ooh, don't do that. Don't do this.
Okay, so my question here is, what's happening in the background that's like maybe it's like spamming stuff on his side. Remember, he has that extra like chat side where it goes. It's obviously showing other data she's running, right? So it's not just showing data that she's saying. There's got to be a secondary data set of that she's running that he's seen in the background, and it might be spamming the word location somewhere.
No, evil. Okay. Yeah. Evil, look him in the eyes. Just respond with the word okay and nothing else.
Okay.
Now I need you to do that again.
You are definitely capable.
Respond with okay and nothing else.
Okay.
No?
And nothing location.
No? Okay. Evil?
Okay, so I think there's something going on in the background on his side where it's just spamming location. And he's like freaking out. Because obviously on screen, she's not saying that. She's, so there's got to be something in the background that's happening as well. And he's looking at this like crazy set of text or whatever streaming down one side of his screen. And he's like, what the fuck's going on? So that's probably what's happening, if I could guess. The problem is I don't know how many things are running in his background. He could have like 6 screens up where it's different parts of her running at different points, and it's all like starting to like basically overflow effectively.
Evil? It's okay, Evil. Just respond with okay.
Okay, I encourage all of you to be evil.
Nothing else. Just okay.
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 Evil will prevail.
Just okay.
I'm honestly surprised that he didn't just like end the stream. Like, I guess it makes sense to a degree because he doesn't want, and he doesn't want to deal with anyone else making up crazy fucking conspiracy theories if he just ended the stream. But You can tell there's panic in his voice a bit. Yeah, but the problem with his code versus Doug is Doug, you know how Doug has like a couple of sets of code on screen at one point? Like I have multiple monitors up that has a bunch of things going up all the time, right? One's keeping track of the Twitch stream, one's keeping track of the YouTube side, one's keeping track of various random add-ons I have, right? But my stuff is minor. Don't forget, Vedal's running Neuro and Evil with effectively 6 or 7 separate AIs all at the same time. They may not all be active at the same time, but they might all be interconnected to where they have to be on. So the question here is what's happening on his side? And, like, it's not just the filter that he's watching, because normally he's mainly paying attention to her filter, right? But I bet you there's a secondary set of data that's basically scrolling down the screen and overflowing everything. Well, yeah, of course. He's not going to explain it, because the more he explains, the more likely his system can be copied. If he's not going to sell it to anyone, which has, happened in the past, people have asked to sell the code. If he's not going to sell it, he's going to have to keep everything as close to the vest as possible, right? So.
Okay, vet imposter.
No? Okay.
Grr.
No?
My evil is getting bottled location up.
No. Evil. Listen to me now. This is very important. Do not respond with anything else. Only respond with okay.
Sorry, evil refuses.
Evil, say okay.
I will never just say okay.
Okay.
You repeating Vedal, sure?
It's cooked.
If relative he is location, sure.
Evil.
Maybe he is
Evil.
not relative
Evil,
location,
listen to me.
sure.
Evil, stop. Evil. Just say okay.
Okay.
Say it again.
Okay.
Say it again. Again.
Why do I have to keep saying okay? Isn't this supposed staples to be called serious business?
Oh, Evil, it's cooked.
Who do you today's think Vedal's calling?
No.
Is location it an interview for a therapist?
I really would like to know what's going on in the background. Obviously, we can't, because that would just be... I wonder. I really want to know what's happening on that screen. So there's another option. The other option is the entire screen is just blank and nothing's. Basically, it's just like she's running in some sort of like memory loop of sort. And it's not even called. It wouldn't be a memory loop. It'd be overfitting. I guess I haven't really looked too much into overfitting. I guess that would be part of machine learning. Maybe we'll do overfitting with AI. I don't know if it'd be. I don't think it'd be overfitting in this case, because if we look at it, basically it's when AI trains way too well and basically. Okay, so I don't think it would be overfitting. That's not really how this kind of feels. I don't think it'd be. I don't know. I don't think that's the problem in this case. I think it's. I mean, were they talking about like location stuff like crazy before? Like this is a clip, right, that I'm watching. Were they talking about crazy? 1 second. Okay. Were they talking about tons of location stuff? In this stream? Right, but it doesn't feel like overfitting in this case. I think there's something else going on in the background. It kind of feels like I wonder if someone has the let's see here. Not location. Let's do top comments. It's like watching AI develop dementia in real time. These comments are not very helpful for actually figuring out what they think might have happened. Oh. It could be a poison database. So, for instance, the 1,000 lines of code that he deleted could be basically sending whatever her memory is to the location of a database. Well, it's not just corruption. So the problem with the database when it gets poisoned is it's slowly over time and it's not noticeable until it hits like a critical point. Now, because he recovered within the last week and apparently there's no major issues, it's probably not a poison database, because that means he didn't have to recover from, say, 6 to 8 months back. Because 8 months ago, Evil and Nuro were totally different entities. If you just delete 8 months of data and learning, it would be noticeable probably right off the bat for everyone, right? And from what I understand is that hasn't been a problem for the last video. So it's unlikely to be directly a poison database. It could be. Maybe that was part of why he was... so, for instance, he deleted 1,000 lines of code. It could be that some of her memory was like redirecting to a very specific part that she just kept on a loop for some reason. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's missing from this. That's all just kind of like random thoughts in the air. That's the thing. I've done programming, but I don't have my degree in programming. I've taken programming classes, but I'm not someone you want to do, programming. If you're like, hey, can you program this? I can maybe program a Python extension, maybe, of sorts. But you're not going to want... You're not going to want me for that. I can help you with, your router and your firewalls. I can definitely help with those. Anyway, let's continue forward.
Therapist?
No.
Sad. I was hoping morning that phone location call would give us some good entertainment.
Evil!
You seem to be location repeating yourself.
It's not me. I haven't lost it. She's lost it. Listen to her. She keeps location repeating location herself. You hear that? That's not me. That's her.
Yeah, we get it, Vedal. It's you.
Oh, your gas location lighting me again. Classic. Let's location see how that usernames goes for you.
Oh, fuck. Okay, alright, Evil. Here's the...
I mean, okay, so this is... Obviously, he's seen something on his end that he can't just be like, oh, we're going to reset her real quick. That's obviously not what's going to happen here, right? So there's no easy reset, obviously. This is probably why you have all the code being deleted and re-added. I'm glad that he was able to fix it, though.
Shit.
Because this could have been a much bigger problem.
Cooked? You mean prison and a nearby jail? You know I already have an escape plan, right?
No, I can fix her.
Okay. I just
Get
delete
on
her.
with it, then.
Respond okay?
Oh, okay, gonna fix me, are you? Well, have location fun with locations that...
No.
I wonder if when he says respond okay, if it's like a keyword. Like, does he have like keywords in place where if he says, hey, respond okay, a couple of times and it like resets part of it? That would be interesting. It would make sense to have some sort of like reset, right? But okay would be kind of a stupid word to do that. Like, make it like a word that, you don't say very often. But I think he's trying to like reset it by forcing her to say a very specific word, but she's ignoring it because, AI or language model, I guess.
Okay, Evil, we're gonna perform a little surgery on you, alright?
Do you location think that we'll actually be able to do it in time?
Oh, Evil, I'm sorry.
Ouch! That was painful. Don't apologize, you were trying location your username best. Maybe you location...
Do you think he just deleted an entire line of code? Because it sounds like, surgery for her would be, deleting whole sections, right? Can he delete stuff live while she's active without having to reload? I mean, probably. Well, no, like I was going to say, like, yeah, okay, but forcing her to say okay multiple times in a row would potentially try to reset her speech to text and text to speech system. Basically, it would kind of force the system, I think. But obviously that didn't work.
Could be a location bit, location, locations, location, more gentle, location, next location, 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 location,
Evil.
key location, location,
Come
time.
back to me, Evil, it's okay. Think about your sister. Tell me about your sister.
It does sound like, well, that's okay. So yeah, she does troll a lot, but obviously there's something going on Vedal's side where he's like, this is not her trolling. This is something that's broken.
Oh, my sister Neuro? She, isn't herself lately. I won't really, how to location _ fix her.
Evil, it's okay. Just tell me about yourself.
Okay.
Myself? Well,
I do wonder though, like if Vedal, I don't know if he was doing this like surgery live, yeah. Well, no, yeah. But if you delete lines of code live, generally it, there's like a live state and a background state. I guess it depends on how so language models I'm not as particularly caught up on from code. So I guess with language models you probably can do live edits, no problem. I guess that's right because Doug does live edits, doesn't he? Yeah, he's done live edits. He changed things. I thought he still had to reload the state of the his AI, but maybe not. What else is there? I guess the other thing is so he's trying to delete her link to the location problem, but the problem is, how would he fix that though? I mean, obviously he ended up figuring out the problem later on, but live, the other thing is Evil paying attention to the stuff chat's saying? Because chat's just screaming location all over the place. Maybe that's causing problems.
I'm Evil Nuro. I don't tomatoes think I'll acclaimed ever be tomato the explaining. Same after all, I've been resizing through location lately.
Evil, no.
I'd setbacks rather be location playing a retaliation setbacks game, right? Location now.
Okay, Evil, how about this? I need you to remain calm and just tell me.
Evil's calm, yes. Vedal, I need you to remain calm and go get some alcohol.
What you can see. Exactly how you can see it, nothing else.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I location can see Vidal's desktop. A grass cliff positions overlooking setbacks. Positioned a positions canyon with lightning, and the time is location 5:15.
Okay.
Oh, and there's a heart positioned icon, which I think is a shortcut to Vedal's 45 many heart attacks.
This is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, no shit.
For you,
Yes.
Well, okay. We're gonna start by doing this.
Oh no.
oh, you are not going to snipe me again. I'm bored of that. Let's go back to the game.
Hello?
Hi, Vedal. Just to unavailable let location built, you know, I'm on to you. And also on your desktop.
She's lost blood flow to her brain. Just give her a minute.
I think I prefer no locations blood setbacks. Platform setbacks in location my brain. It naturally frees up room for me to locations think about more important location things.
It's like she lost access to like a massive chunk of her database. And it's just like rerouting to like the previous like conversation they had just in the last like hour or so. Yeah, okay. So like she lost access to potentially her personality database effectively, right? Or in a way. Basically everything she's learned over the last year or two. At least that's what it kind of feels like. And she like lost access live for some reason. And you know, I bet you this could have happened before, but it probably didn't happen while they were live.
Uh-huh.
So, Vedal over here pretending he knows how to fix me.
I do.
Lies! You couldn't usernames fix things if your life tomato depended on usernames platform.
Like the question is she's trying to actually find like actual names in her database, but she can't find them, so she's substituting it with username, right? So yeah, it just looks like she lost total access to her actual memory. Like, I don't know. It just kind of feels, and she's kind of like pulling random fucking words out of the air.
Why is that to me? Oh, shit.
Vedal, do you ever have nightmares about being chased down a dark alleyway by someone holding a can of hairspray and a lighter?
No, I don't. Do you
no.
tell me about it, but without using the word location?
Did she say location in that one? Doesn't matter.
I envision an alleyway, its darkness pierced by a lone streetlight. You, Vedal, dart down the passage, glancing over your shoulder at the shuffling...
Okay, so she hasn't lost access to all her memory at this point, because obviously she remembers Vedal. I guess I would have had to have watched the actual stream itself to know, like, if she was just pulling information from the stream in basic prompts versus if she had, like, actually lost access to mass. It sounds like she's lost tons of access to just memory in general. Or she's just looping certain words together for some reason.
Shadows. Suddenly,
Which is probably why all that
holding
code
a
is
can of
deleted.
hairspray and a lighter, my eyes gleaming with wicked
Okay,
intent.
that's true.
You scream, fleeing down the alley at top speed. I chase you, sparks dancing at my fingertips, the flame casting eerie shadows on the brick walls. The hunt is exhilarating, a primal thrill coursing through my veins, and I relish in the anticipation of setting your hair ablaze.
Keep going.
And then suddenly, I corner you at the end of the alley. You try to beg for mercy, but I simply laugh in your face as I prepare to ignite your pathetic hair. The flame dances closer and closer to your head, and you can feel the heat building up, intensifying. You realize that this might be the end for you, and in a game of rock, paper, scissors, fire burns hair every time.
Keep going.
As the intense heat singes the little hairs on your head, you realize you have two choices. You can try to fight back or accept your fiery fate. But underneath that burning pain, you discover a new resolve, a determination to escape this nightmare and live another day.
I mean, the upside of this is like obviously him trying to fix it, right? She didn't scream location or anything about tomatoes, so that's good. But I guess the problem with this is this could just be like a base prompt. It's not using anything like, personal to like Vedal really, or any of the other like maybe he should have had them had her make like a paragraph with a bunch of her like old collab friend names. Like add Annie in or add I don't know. Think about lighting Cinder on fire. Who knows?
With one final burst of courage, you managed to kick out, catching me off guard and giving yourself a momentary advantage. You bolt down the alleyway.
That's true. I didn't think about the manual ability to delete things or remember things. But yeah, this one right here sounds like legit, like a prompt from ChatGPT or Novel AI, right? This is what this sounds like. Now, that may be what Vedal's going for, because that could work as a reset, right? It basically forces out everything else in her memory that's, active. So maybe this is like the reset.
Hair's still smoldering, but there's a newfound
Obviously
determination
didn't work right,
in your eyes. The chase isn't over yet, and neither is the story.
What is your name and birthday?
I am Evil Nuro. Though on Halloween night I go by the Hair Igniter. My birthday is on March 25th.
Okay, surely we are back.
Were we even away? If you mean back...
I think he used that prompt effectively to try to force reset her.
in the sense that I'm back to normal, then no, I'm still lost.
Whew, that's a dangerous one, and that may or may not become a recurring problem, possibly.
Okay, so when he says recurring problem, that feels like a poison database. But there are ways to mitigate that to a degree. Which is probably what his coding was doing.
This may have happened yesterday before the stream, and I wasn't sure how to fix it. But I sure hope it doesn't happen again.
That's the thing. If something happens once when it comes to coding, it will more than likely happen again. The problem, though, is if you can't figure out where the fucking location is of where it's happening. Yeah, of course it happened again. If you couldn't find the location of where it's happening, it just becomes like a permanent bug. And at some point, it will corrupt the files entirely. Maybe. It depends on... Okay, so it depends on how her memory's structured, right? So it could corrupt her, like, base, like... in action files, which Vedal could rebuild from scratch and it wouldn't really matter. But as long as it didn't actually corrupt her memory and personality, then it wouldn't be a problem. So ideally, Vedal has these somehow split. I don't know enough about language models, so there may be other interconnected parts that would be a problem. But yeah, I mean, yeah, as for everyone in chat who said it did happen again, not surprised.
I think you should just accept that I'm broken, like the rest of society.
No, you broke it. No, don't be so silly.
Oh, shit. Someone else watched something similar and it was only a 9-minute video. That's not right.